Once again, a very warm welcome to each one of you. We would now request everyone to take their seats with mobile phones kept on to silent mode. We're expecting the Honorable Ministers to be joining us any moment now. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your kind attention? We're expecting our Honorable dignitaries, the Honorable Minister, Shri Sandeep Singh ji, Honorable Minister of Basic Education, Government of Uttar Pradesh, is joining us shortly. And on his way is Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Ashish Sood ji, Honorable Minister of Education, Government of National Capital Territory, Delhi. I would request everyone to be seated. We are ready. Let's put our hands together to welcome our guest of honor, Shri Sandeep Singh ji, Honorable Minister of Basic Education, Government of Uttar Pradesh. A very, very warm welcome to you, sir. Inviting on the dais, Shri Majumdar ji, Senior Advisor, FICCI, Shri Praveen Raju ji, President Arise, Founder, Suchitra Academy, Shri Prabhat Jain, Immediate Past President Arise and Director, Pathway World School, Dr. Hon'ble Singh, Senior Vice President Arise and Co-Founder, Healthy Planet and Director, Nehru World School, and Shri Vinesh Menon, Director General and CEO, Arise. Ladies and gentlemen, our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Ashish Sood ji, Honorable Minister of Education, Government of GNCT Delhi, will be joining us shortly. He is on his way. He got stuck in some important meeting. Namaskar and good morning. Our guest of honor, Shri Sandeep Singh ji, Honorable Minister of Basic Education, Government of Uttar Pradesh. Eminent dignitaries on the dais, our esteemed guests, senior government officials, visionary educators, and respected members of the academia, members of the press and media, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the inaugural session of Arise School Education Conference 2025 in collaboration with FICCI, where we do not merely discuss education, we reimagine it. Over the years, Arise has redefined how India talks about education. Each edition of its conference has raised the bar, creating a platform where ideas, policies, and practices converge to shape the future of learning. And in 2025, in collaboration with FICCI, we take this journey further. This is where dialogue meets action. This is where education finds its new balance. This year, we unite under a powerful theme, the new balance technology and tradition empowered by empathy, to reimagine the future of Indian education. As we stand at the crossroads of innovation and heritage, this platform honors not only the tools that shape tomorrow's classrooms, but the values that shapes tomorrow's citizens. In the quiet corners of our country, a child opens a book, not just to read, but to dream. A teacher under a flickering light prepares a lesson, not just for marks, but for meaning. And somewhere a policymaker wonders, not what education is, but what it must become. As we step into this day of dialogue and discovery, let us remember the soul of a nation is shaped not in its boardrooms, but on its blackboards. And today together we begin writing a new chapter. And ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us the august presence of Shri Sandeep Singh ji, Honorable Minister of Basic Education, Government of Uttar Pradesh. And I would request Mr. Majumdar, Senior Advisor FICCI, to kindly do the honors of welcoming our guest of honor with a green certificate and a shawl. Let's put our hands together to welcome our guest of honor. A very, very warm welcome to you, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, the green certificate is a FICCI initiative, whereas a thicket of trees is planted for ecotourism at Songmo, Sikkim, India. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. ARISE, Association for Reimagining School Education, is an independent body that brings together progressive school founders, educators, edupreneurs, and leaders from across India, representing one of the largest networks of private schools, teachers, and students. Originally founded under the aegis of FICCI, from 2024, ARISE has been operating as an independent entity, continuing its mission to transform the future of school education in India. Ladies and gentlemen, to formally open today's proceedings, it is my honor to invite Shri Vinesh Menon, Director General and CEO of ARISE. With over a decade of work in K-12 education, Mr. Menon has worked with both independent schools and with schools from the public sector, impacting positively the lives of more than 1.2 million students. He has been at the forefront in contributing to transforming India's school education ecosystem and is dedicated to do whatsoever is needed to help India become the most sought-after destination for schooling during its journey towards becoming Viksit in the year 2047. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Menon for the welcome address.
Good morning, everybody. Time is the most precious commodity that has been given to all of us in equal measure. And it is one commodity that I guess one cannot hold on to. So truly to give a Saturday, or for each one of you to give a Saturday to that time and to come here for this 8th Annual School Education Conference of ARISE is truly very, very humbling. It's a conference that we put every year in association with FICCI, India's oldest and largest chamber body. This also reflects clearly your dedication, passion, the energy that all of you give towards school education, and we're truly grateful for it. It is my honor and privilege to welcome, Shri Sandeep Singh ji. Shri Ashish Sood ji is on his way. Shri Sandeep Singh ji, Hon'ble Minister for Basic Education, Uttar Pradesh. Sir, I had the privilege of meeting you, if you recollect, in Lucknow when we did that UP round table. And I think the amount of time you almost gave us a full day, to understand ground realities, to understand the pain points of schools. And I think just that sheer act of yours reflects how much you care for this sector. And for that, we are truly grateful. And you have again decided to come today from Lucknow to Delhi to attend our conference. So truly, truly, truly grateful, sir. I would also like to welcome Shri Manav Majumdar, Senior Advisor, FICCI, Shri Praveen Raju, President, ARISE Governing Board 2025, and founder of Suchitra Academy, Shri Prabhat Jain, immediate past President, the President of 2024, and Director, Pathways World School, Shri Arunabh Singh, Senior Vice President, and incoming President of ARISE 2026, and Director, Nehru World School, and founder of Healthy Planet. Thank you for being on the stage, all of you. ARISE is the only industry chamber body that is focused on school education. I'd like to proudly say that. We're the only industry body that is focused on school education, and it is in collaboration with FICCI, which is India's largest and oldest chamber body. Now, we have two primary purposes. On one side, we'd like to bring in strategic interventions to policy and regulatory framework through, collaboration with the government, with academia, with industry. And we'd like to try and see how we can make an impact to the school education sector for both independent and government schools. And the second purpose is to build knowledge ecosystems. We have to build a lot of knowledge ecosystems to ensure that the school sector is constantly updated with news, views, trends, innovation, learnings. The number of things that are happening is extremely growing by the day. And I think there's a lot of best practice sharing and synergies that we can bring together. In fact, some of these issues that I just spoke about and some of these knowledge building systems is not something that is just ARISE's problem. I think it's the entire sector's. And the sector has got a lot of associations to try and do that. So we are also working closely with many such school associations. One of them, in fact, I think is here. TICE is here. I think we also are very closely collaborating with TICE. So the problems are pretty common. The idea is how to reach the solutions to it. Today we'll, of course, witness a bit of both. We'll have some discussions on public policy. We'll have some discussions which cut across lots of knowledge. We're going to be launching a few knowledge papers. We're going to be launching a few books. There is going to be some very interesting panel discussions. And everything is going to be aligned to the theme of the conference and to the most important requirement of how education can move in the decade ahead. I'm a little at risk of over-exceeding my time, and we are already a little behind schedule. And therefore, I would simply like to say a warm welcome to all of you from the education fraternity, from the government, from industry, from media. I think a lot of our friends have come from across the globe, and thank you for coming here. And somewhere I think we see ARISE, the annual education conference of ARISE, as a melting pot of thoughts and ideas. I think most of you should ideally be soaking in these moments through the day. And I'm hoping that by the end of the day, there'll be one thought in all your head, which is, I think I took a lot of learning from the day, and I'm glad I'm here. With that, I'd like to say thank you and a warm welcome to all of you.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for those warm words of welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to have with us today Shri Praveen Raju ji, President of ARISE and founder of Suchitra Academy, Hyderabad. Mr. Raju is the visionary behind one of India's leading multi-sport schools and has mentored world-class athletes, including Olympic champion PV Sindhu. As president of ARISE, he is driving systemic transformation in Indian education, recognized by the Economic Times and education world for his pioneering contributions. He combines his passion for education with his excellence in sports. A Harvard-certified leader, he continues to redefine K-12 education in India with innovation and impact. And ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Shri Praveen Raju ji for the theme address.
Thank you. And a warm welcome to everybody. While we await Shri Ashish Sood ji, Honorable Shri Sandeep Singh ji, thank you for coming. Shri Pratik Bhushan ji, Lord Jim Knight, Mr. Richard Kulata, Mr. Manab Majumdar, Mr. Prabhat Jain, Arunab Singh, and Vinesh Menon. Thank you all. Distinguished speakers, fellow educators, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to welcome you to the 7th edition of the ARISE National School Education Conference, hosted in collaboration with FICCI. Each year, this platform has grown, but this year feels especially significant. We meet at a moment when education is being redefined. For centuries, Indian learning drew strength from its traditions, values that shaped individuals and civilizations alike. Yet, in a single decade, technology has rewritten how children learn, how teachers teach, and how societies imagine the future. The question before us is stark. Will our schools remain sanctuaries of wisdom or be reduced to factories of information? Our theme this year is New Balance, Tradition and Technology Empowered by Empathy. Poses 3 urgent questions. How do we preserve the soul of education, compassion, culture, and character, while harnessing the power of technology. How do we ensure AI and automation remain enablers of equity and inclusion, not ends in themselves? And how do we prepare children not just for the future of work, but for the future of humanity? Artificial intelligence is already in our classrooms. It answers questions faster than teachers, tutors without fatigue, and evaluates without pause. But it cannot love a child. It cannot comfort a fear. It cannot replace the look in a teacher's eyes that says, "I believe in you." That is why this conference is not just an academic gathering, it is a declaration that Indian education will not choose between tradition and technology. It will integrate them, that empathy will not be sacrificed at the altar of efficiency, that schools remain and must remain places where AI is a tool, but humanity is the teacher. The Government of India has also been clear in its vision. The NEP 2020 calls for digital empowerment, the integration of technology, and the National Educational Technology Forum. Initiatives like PM eVidya, Diksha have attracted millions of classrooms, while India's digital public infrastructure is globally recognized as a model of scale and inclusion. Yet, technology is advancing far faster than regulation, curriculum reform, and teacher preparation. At Arise, we have seen firsthand how advocacy can shape outcomes. When the draft National Curriculum Framework left out something as vital and basic as first aid, we took it upon us and made a representation to NCERT. We explained, we reasoned, we pushed, and we spent nearly a full day with them. And today, first aid is meaningfully included in the school curriculum. This is what gives us goosebumps and immense satisfaction. And today, we take another decisive leap. I'm proud to let you all know that Arise has signed an MOU with OpenAI. This partnership is about ensuring that artificial intelligence serves the child, not overshadows the child. As part of this commitment, OpenAI is extending 10,000 licenses to Arise member schools, free of cost for 6 months. They promise to look at extending it to students as well. This is not just symbolic. It is a real opportunities for schools to explore AI responsibly, to equip teachers, and to put empathy at the center of digital transformation. Milestones like these are not ends in themselves. They are steps towards a larger national mission. We welcome Shri Ashish Sood ji, Honorable Minister of Government of Delhi. Thank you, sir. Milestones like these are not ends in themselves. They are steps towards a larger national mission, the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. If India is to become a developed nation by the centenary of independence, education cannot be left behind. It must be modern yet values-driven, rooted in the tradition yet ready for disruption. Friends, the new balance is not abstract, It is visible in the classroom, a classroom where a teacher uses AI to personalize learning but pauses to listen to a child's fears. It is visible in policies that encourage innovation but protect the vulnerable. It is visible in the schools that embrace the future without letting go of their roots. As we look at the sessions ahead on policy, safety, AI in classrooms, and the design of learning spaces, one truth is clear. These conversations are not separate. Privacy, safety, empathy, tradition, technology. They are threads of the same fabric. Pulled apart, the fabric weakens. Woven together, we create a strong, resilient, future-ready education system. The child is waiting for our answer. With this spirit, let us use this conference not only to discuss, but to commit to shaping schools that are safer, kinder, and bolder. Schools that prepare children to navigate disruption with courage, compassion, and clarity. Schools that place the student always at the center, like our motto, student first. Thank you, and I warmly welcome you all to a journey of reflection, dialogue, and action.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for that inspiring theme address. And ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us the august presence of our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Ashish Sood, Honorable Minister of Education, Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi. And I would request Shri Praveen Raju to kindly do the honors of welcoming and honoring the Honorable Minister, sir, with a green certificate and a shawl. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome the Honorable Minister. Presenting the Green Certificate, which is a FICCI initiative wherein a grove of trees are being planted for ecotourism at Songmo, Sikkim, India. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have on the dais with us for the inaugural session, Shri Manav Majumdarji. Shri Manav Majumdarji is the Senior Advisor FICCI, where he leads work on trade, industry, and developmental issues. An economist by training, he built a career in policy advocacy, research, and institutional engagement. With decades of experience at FICCI, he plays a key role in shaping the dialogue between the government, industry, and the stakeholders, and is widely recognized for his expertise in economic affairs and development policies. So let's put our hands together to welcome Shri Manav Majumdarji for the special address.
Thank you. Good morning, namaskar. Shri Ashish Sood, Honorable Minister of Education, Government of National Capital Territory, Delhi. Shri Sandeep Singh, Honorable Minister of Basic Education, Government of Uttar Pradesh. Shri Praveen Raju, President Arise. Dr. Hon'ble Singh, Senior Vice President Arise. Shri Praveen Jain, Immediate Past President Arise. Shri Vinesh Menon, DG and CEO Arise. Dignitaries of the dais, distinguished speakers, panelists, committee members, partners, esteemed delegates, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning once again. I join Shri Praveen Raju and Shri Menon in welcoming the dignitaries on and off the dais, as well as all the delegates to this very important conference, which is being organized today by ARISE in collaboration with FICCI on the significant theme, the new balance, tradition, technology, empowered by empathy. Friends, this theme, you will agree with me, captures our moment to harness innovation while keeping the learner's humanity, human values at the core, at the center. Building institutions that are future ready and that are anchored in our tradition and values. With over 260 million children enrolled across India's schools, the responsibility is immense and the opportunity limitless. Ladies and gentlemen, ARISE practitioner-led platform, a significant one, working closely with FICCI, has been working relentlessly towards ensuring policy meets pedagogy and innovation meets inclusion. As we all know, technology offers scale and precision, yet our values, culture, tradition, and empathy must remain at the core and as the bedrock of our education system. Globally, ladies and gentlemen, schooling is being reimagined through AI, robotics, digital platforms, and personalized learning, while OECD, UNESCO, and the World Bank advocate empathy-driven, inclusive models where technology augments, but as Mr. Raju has said earlier, not replaces the teacher in person. India's new education policy provides a clear framework, that of a holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary learning with strong socio-emotional and socio-cultural foundations. International touch points, there are several. In the interest of time, I am not elaborating, but all international such touch points, they also remind us technology must work hand in hand with human development to nurture responsible and compassionate citizens. On the ground, the momentum is clearly visible. Under the PM eVidya, over 120 million students have accessed quality e-content. Uttar Pradesh Operation Kayakalp has modernized more than 160,000 government schools, improving infrastructure and digital readiness. Delhi's happiness curriculum and entrepreneurship mindset curriculum again embed the well-being and enterprise alongside academic rigor. Ladies and gentlemen, as India advances towards becoming the world's third largest economy, our task is to digitize and humanize at the same time in equal measure. I urge our policymakers, school leaders, innovators, and partners to convert today's dialogue into time-bound action blueprint. Please invest in teacher capacity, scale exemplar schools, operationalize child-safe practices, and measures what matters: learning, inclusion, and well-being. On behalf of FICCI, before concluding, I would like to reaffirm our commitment and partnership with ARISE and our unfailing commitment to a globally competitive, inclusive, and compassionate school education system. With these words, I would like to welcome you all once again, and I wish this conference deliberations all success. I'm sure the discussions here today will be insightful, energizing, and inspiring. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your kind attention. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for that insightful and inspiring special address. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege and an honor to have with us today the august presence of Shri Sandeep Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of Basic Education, Government of Uttar Pradesh, for the keynote address. As the leader steering one of the largest school education systems in the country, Shri Singh has been at the forefront of driving reforms that strengthen the foundational learning, improve teacher capacity, and integrate technology into classrooms. His leadership reflects a strong commitment to ensuring that quality education reaches every child, empowering the next generation to achieve their fullest potential. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to invite Honorable Minister Sir Shri Sandeep Singh Ji for the keynote address. Let's put our hands together to welcome him.
Good morning, everybody. आज यहाँ अराइज स्कूल एजुकेशन कॉन्फ्रेंस 2025 के शुभ अवसर पे हम सब लोग यहाँ पे एकत्रित हुए हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, I would like to welcome all the distinguished guests, especially Honorable Minister of Education, Government of National Capital Territory, Delhi, Shri Ashish Sood ji, Senior Advisor FICCI, Shri Manab Majumdar ji, ARISE founder, President Suchitra Academy, Shri Praveen Raju ji, Director Pathways World School, and immediate past President ARISE, Dr. Arnab Singh ji, Dr. Prabhat Jain, Dr. Arnab Singh ji, Senior Vice President ARISE, co-founder Healthy Planet and Director Nehru World School, and Director General and CEO ARISE, Shri Vinesh Menon ji, and all other respected dignitaries, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, school leaders, and all my dear friends. It gives me an immense pleasure to be here with you all on the 7th Annual ARISE School Education Conference, organized in collaboration with FICCI. I extend my warm greetings to all of you who have gathered here, with a shared commitment to reimagine the school education in India. जब हम एजुकेशन की और रिफॉर्म की बात करते हैं, मुझे लगता है कि हमारे पास में एक ऐसा मंच होना चाहिए जहां पर सभी विचारों को, सभी थॉट्स को, सभी की थिंकिंग को हम एकजुट करके एक स्थान पर लेकर के आ सकें और एक थिंक टैंक के रूप में एक प्लेटफॉर्म को बनाया जा सके जहां से नए नए आइडियाज़ को, नए नए इनोवेशंस को पूरे देश भर में इम्प्लीमेंट किया जा सके। और मुझे बताते हुए खुशी है कि मैं आज जहां जिस प्लेटफॉर्म पे खड़ा हुआ हूं, जिस मंच पे खड़ा हुआ हूं, ये मंच उसमें से एक है जो हमारे देश में आने वाले समय में, जब हम अपने देश के भविष्य की बात करते हैं, एक विकसित भारत की बात करते हैं, उस विकसित भारत की जो राह है, उस विकसित भारत में हमें किस दिशा में आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, उस दिशा को दिखाने का काम ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आज अराइज के माध्यम से फिक्की के साथ इसमें हमारा सहयोग कर रही है। ये संस्था, कहना गलत नहीं है कि आने वाली पीढ़ी, आने वाला फ्यूचर, हमारी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन किस तरह की होनी चाहिए, जिसको हम विकसित भारत की जिम्मेदारी देने वाले हैं, उसकी नींव को रखने का कार्य कर रही है। अराइज एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहां पे स्टूडेंट फर्स्ट की भावना को हम प्राथमिकता देते हुए अपने कार्यों को आगे बढ़ाते हैं, जो कि इसको बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण और विशेष बनाती है, जो कि अपने कार्यों को केवल और केवल बच्चों के फ्यूचर और बच्चों के एजुकेशन के ऊपर ही, उनकी ज़रूरतों के हिसाब से क्या चीज़ बेहतर की जानी चाहिए, क्या चीज़ें इम्प्लीमेंट की जानी चाहिए, उन चीज़ों के ऊपर फोकस कर रही है। मुझे ये जानकर के भी बहुत खुशी है कि इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ में 1800 प्लस स्कूल्स, 85,000 प्लस टीचर्स एंड 15 लाख प्लस स्टूडेंट्स इस संस्था के साथ में ऑलरेडी जुड़ चुके हैं, जो कि इसको एक राष्ट्र स्तर की संस्था बना करके आगे बढ़ा रहा है। NEP 2020 को इम्प्लीमेंट करना और NEP 2020 के सभी एस्पेक्ट्स को हर एक बच्चे तक पहुंचाना, जो बदलाव इस एजुकेशन सिस्टम के अंदर आना चाहिए, जो विजन हमारे ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने देखा है, एक विकसित भारत जो डिजिटली साउंड हो और उसके साथ साथ अपने कल्चर को भी साथ में लेकर के चले। इस सोच को भी, इस थॉट को, विचार को भी हम अराइज के माध्यम से, फिक्की के माध्यम से आज हर एक संस्था तक, जितनी भी संस्थाएं, जितने भी स्कूल्स, जितने भी टीचर्स, जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स आज इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ में जुड़े हुए हैं, हर बच्चे तक अपने प्रधानमंत्री जी की सोच को भी पहुंचाने में हम सक्षम हो रहे हैं। एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिला है। ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम जब इस बदलते हुए परिवेश में, जहां टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत जल्दी इवॉल्व हो रही है, हर एक चीज़ पल भर में ही इवॉल्व हो जाती है। टेक्नोलॉजी जो आज लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी है, वो आने वाले कल में बहुत जल्द पुरानी टेक्नोलॉजी बन जाती है। इस कॉम्पिटिटिव वर्ल्ड में अपने आप को अप टू डेट रखना आज के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा महत्वपूर्ण हो चुका है। और ख़ास तौर पे हमारी ये फ्यूचर जनरेशन, जो हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी का जो सपना है विकसित भारत 2047, यानी जो बच्चा आज पैदा हो रहा है वो 2047 में अपनी टीन एज को पार कर रहा होगा और उसी के कंधों पे इस भारत के भविष्य की असली जिम्मेदारी होगी। और उसको किस तरह से हमको गाइड करना है, किस तरह से उसको मोटिवेट करते हुए अलग अलग प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे उसको लेकर के जाना है, और उसके साथ साथ हमें हमारे कल्चर को भी उसके अंदर पूरी तरह से उसको समझाना है, हमारे सिद्धांतों को उसको समझाना है। क्योंकि भारत एक ऐसा देश है जो पूरे विश्व में विविधता में एकता के लिए जाना जाता है। वासुदेव कुटुंबकम जिसको हम कहते हैं। हमारे देश में बहुत सी तरह के लोग रहते हैं, बहुत से तरह के रिलीजन्स के लोग रहते हैं और बहुत सी तरह की मान्यताएं हैं, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी हमारा देश, जब भारत की बात आती है तो भारत एक है। बड़े बड़े देशों को आपने देखा है, बड़े बड़े देशों में जो आज विकसित तो हो गए हैं, लेकिन जब राष्ट्र की बात आती है, राष्ट्र की एकता की बात आती है और राष्ट्र के नेतृत्व के साथ चलने की बात आती है, तो वहाँ पर बहुत सी तरह की डिफरेंसेस देखने को मिलते हैं। लोगों के विचार नहीं मिलते। लेकिन भारत को, भारत का इतिहास, भारत की परंपराएं हमारी इतनी पुरानी हैं। और ख़ास तौर पर अगर एजुकेशन की बात करें, एजुकेशन जब वर्ल्ड में कहीं एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती थी, मुझे लगता है कि भारत में एजुकेशन का आविष्कार हुआ। यह हमारे लिए गर्व की बात है। आज ये वही भारत दोबारा से, जिसको बीच में कहीं कुछ ऐसे लोग इस देश में आए जिन्होंने इसकी जो खूबियाँ थीं और जिसके लिए भारत प्रसिद्ध हुआ करता था, उन सारी चीज़ों को धूमिल करने का काम किया और देश जितनी तेज़ी से आगे बढ़ना चाहिए था उतनी तेज़ी से ना आगे बढ़ते हुए थोड़ी रुकावट आई। लेकिन मुझे खुशी है कि आज दोबारा से हम सब उसी ट्रैक पे आ चुके हैं और देश को आगे लेकर के जाने के लिए सबसे बड़े रिफॉर्म्स की जो आवश्यकता होती है, वो उसमें से एक और सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट और सबसे ज़्यादा महत्वपूर्ण देश का एजुकेशन सिस्टम है। आज एजुकेशन सिस्टम हमारा पहले से बहुत मजबूत है, एडवांस है और हर एक चीज़ को समाहित करते हुए, अपने अंदर लेते हुए, अपने बच्चों को, उनके भविष्य को बेहतर बनाने के लिए आज हर एक बच्चे तक बेटर क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन को प्रोवाइड करने के लिए आज हमारा देश और हर एक संस्थान सक्षम हो चुका है। जब हम टेक्नोलॉजी की बात करते हैं तो ये हमें समझना होगा कि टेक्नोलॉजी शिक्षा का एक साधन है और मूल्य उसका हमारे लिए एक मार्गदर्शन देना ही केवल है। टेक्नोलॉजी के पीछे आज पूरी दुनिया भाग रही है, जैसा कि मैंने कहा, लेकिन मूल्यों के पीछे, विचारों के पीछे आज कोई बात नहीं कर रहा। केवल हम अपने बच्चों को टेक्निकली साउंड बना दें और उसके अंदर कोई विचारधारा ना हो, उसके लिए कोई प्रेरणा का स्रोत ना हो जिससे वो बच्चा मोटिवेट हो सके, उस बच्चे के अंदर अपने देश के लिए कुछ करने का भाव ना हो, तो ऐसी एजुकेशन किस काम की है? हमें इस चीज़ का आने वाली जनरेशन के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान रखने की आवश्यकता है कि हम अपने बच्चों को टेक्निकली साउंड बनाना तो आज की समय में बहुत आसान हो गया है, क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी हर एक जगह, हर बच्चे के पास बहुत आसानी से मिल जाती है। बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं जो बच्चों को डिजिटल लर्निंग, डिजिटल एजुकेशन के माध्यम से उनको साउंड बना सकते हैं, लेकिन बच्चों को विचारों का आदान प्रदान करना, हमारी परंपराओं के साथ में जोड़ के रखना, मुझे लगता है कि उसके जो भी मेंटर्स हैं, उसके टीचर्स हैं और जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, जो भी स्कूल्स हैं जिसके अंदर वो बच्चे अपने एजुकेशन का कार्य कर रहे हैं, हम सबकी जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि हमारी परंपराएं और हमारे जो भी सिद्धांत हैं, हमारे देश की जितनी भारत की इतिहास जो है, वो सारी चीज़ों को भी उसके साथ में जोड़ कर रखना और उसके ऊपर गर्व करना भी हमारी सबसे बड़ी जिम्मेदारी बनती है आज के इस समय में। डिजिटल एजुकेशन, मुझे लगता है कि कोविड जब हमारे सामने आया उससे पहले डिजिटल एजुकेशन की कोई बात नहीं करता था, लेकिन कोविड ने हमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें सिखाई और जितनी तेज़ी से कोविड के समय में डिजिटल एजुकेशन इवॉल्व हुई, वर्ल्ड वाइड डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स बल्कि कहना चाहिए, हर एक डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म कोविड के समय में वर्ल्ड वाइड इवॉल्व हुआ और आज ये उसी का नतीजा है। बल्कि कोविड से हम सब लोगों को नुकसान हुआ, इस पूरे विश्व को नुकसान हुआ, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि डिजिटली जितनी तेज़ी से इस कोविड के समय में हमारा पूरा विश्व और हमारा देश आगे बढ़ा है, मुझे नहीं लगता कि पिछले 20 सालों में भी इतनी प्रोग्रेस हम सब लोगों ने की होगी। और जिसका नतीजा है कि आज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, एआई हमारी स्कूल लर्निंग का हिस्सा बन चुकी है। ये फ्यूचर जनरेशन के लिए एक टूल है जिससे हम पूरे विश्व में हर एक चीज़ को, छोटी से छोटी चीज़ को हासिल कर सकते हैं। बस इसके ठीक इस्तेमाल को, किस समय इसको इस्तेमाल करना है, किस जगह इसको इस्तेमाल करना है और कैसे इसको इस्तेमाल करना है, ये सारी चीज़ों को हमें समझना होगा और अपने बच्चों को सिखाना होगा। क्योंकि पूरी तरह से भी अगर हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के ऊपर अपनी इस फ्यूचर जनरेशन को डिपेंडेंट बना देंगे, वो भी हमारे देश के इस फ्यूचर जनरेशन के लिए, भविष्य के लिए मुझे लगता है कि नुकसानदायक होगा। हर एक चीज़ के जितने फ़ायदे होते हैं उसके उतने नुकसान भी होते हैं। प्रोज एंड कॉन्स साथ में ही आते हैं। हालांकि हम यहाँ पे इन सारी चीज़ों के प्रोज के लिए, इसको पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन में लेकर के जाने के लिए आज यहाँ पर एकत्रित हुए हैं, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि हमारी फ्यूचर जनरेशन हर एक चीज़ के लिए रेडी होनी चाहिए। हमें हर एक सिचुएशन के लिए, हर एक किसी भी तरह की कोई बच्चे के जीवन में अगर बाधा आए, उसको सामना करने के लिए उसकी इमोशनल थिंकिंग को भी हमें स्ट्रांग बनाने की आज बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता है। क्योंकि कई बार जो काम मेंटर्स के रूप में, बच्चों के पेरेंट्स के रूप में, टीचर्स के रूप में हम सब लोगों को करने चाहिए, वो सारी चीज़ों को हम कई बार नहीं करते हैं, और जिसका नतीजा ऐसा होता है कि बच्चा जिस दिशा में जाना चाहिए, जिस डायरेक्शन में उसको आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, उस डायरेक्शन में ना जा कर के आजकल इन्फ्लुएंस करने के लिए बच्चों को बहुत सारी चीज़ें मिल जाती हैं, और बहुत जल्द अपनी स्कूल एजुकेशन के समय में ही अलग अलग चीज़ों से अगर बच्चे इन्फ्लुएंस हो जाएं तो उसका पूरा भविष्य, उसका पूरा फ्यूचर खराब हो सकता है। एज ए स्कूल मेंटर ये हमारी जिम्मेदारी बननी चाहिए कि हम अपने बच्चों को सही दिशा में लेकर के जाएं। अगर हम अपने बच्चों को 4 C's का जो हमारा मूल मंत्र है उसके ऊपर उनको गाइड करें, मोटिवेट करें कि वो उन 4 C's के मूल मंत्र जो कि कम्युनिकेशन, कोलैबोरेशन, क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग एंड क्रिएटिविटी, इस मूल मंत्र को लेकर के, इस आइडिया को लेकर के अगर आगे बढ़ेंगे तो मुझे लगता है कि हर एक बच्चा जब कम्युनिकेट करना बेहतर तरीके से सीखेगा तो वो अपनी बातों को, अपने थॉट्स को, अपने विचारों को बहुत आसानी से और लोगों तक पहुंचा सकता है। जब ग्रुप लर्निंग सीखेगा, साथ में काम करना सीखेगा, मिल करके किस तरह से काम किया जाता है, तो एक दूसरे से नई नई चीज़ों को सीखेगा, जिसको हम कोलैबोरेशन कहते हैं। क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग, जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि हर एक सिचुएशन में, लाइफ में बहुत तरह की डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस हर एक बच्चे के, हम सब लोगों के सामने आती हैं, बट उन सिचुएशंस को किस तरीके से इजीली डील करना है, टैकल करना है, और काम रहते हुए हर एक सिचुएशन का सॉल्यूशन निकाला जा सकता है, ये सारी चीज़ों को सिखाना हमारे बच्चों को हमारे लिए आज की बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता है। और क्रिएटिविटी जो अपने आप में ही बहुत ज़्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है। हर एक बच्चे को क्रिएटिव होना चाहिए, कुछ ना कुछ नया करने के लिए उसके मन में हमेशा इच्छा जागरूक रहनी चाहिए। जब तक कुछ नया करने की इच्छा नहीं होगी, बच्चा गलती करेगा, लेकिन गलतियों से इंसान सीखता है। ये सारी चीज़ें हमें हमारे बच्चों में सिखानी होगी, समझानी होगी। बच्चे गलतियां करने से डरते हैं, और वो स्वाभाविक भी है, क्योंकि गलती करते हैं तो बच्चों को डांट पड़ती है, और जब डांट पड़ेगी तो बच्चा सोचेगा कि मुझे ये काम नहीं करना है। गलत करेगा तो उसको हमें ज़रूर गाइड करना चाहिए, लेकिन किसी कार्य को करने से कुछ बच्चा सोच रहा है, नया करने की कोशिश कर रहा है, हमें उसे कभी, मेरा मानना है, उसको रोकना नहीं चाहिए। उसे हमेशा मोटिवेट करना चाहिए, छोटी मोटी गलतियों को बच्चों की माफ़ भी करना चाहिए। आज अराइज के इस इवेंट में हमारे बहुत सारे लोग 3 दिन से ये इवेंट्स चल रहे हैं और काफ़ी सारे स्पीकर्स ने इसमें पार्टिसिपेट किया और मुझे लगता है कि सभी लोगों ने कुछ ना कुछ अपने वैल्यूएबल थॉट्स से अच्छे सुझाव दिए होंगे, जिनसे हमें आने वाले इस पूरे वर्ष में नेक्स्ट ईयर किस तरीके से किस डायरेक्शन में हमें काम करना है, इन सारी चीज़ों को जानने में बहुत सहयोग मिला होगा। ये एक इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और देश भर से यहाँ पर लोग आकर के पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं और मुझे बताते हुए खुशी है कि हमारे बीच में यहाँ पे ऑनरेबल लॉर्ड जिमनाइट, who has been serving as a Minister of Education for a long time in the United Kingdom, हमारे बीच में आज इस प्रोग्राम में he is also participating, and Honorable Richard Kaluta, who is from US, and he is also a part of this auspicious event from which we will be guiding the future generation of our future India. I welcome you both. आज बच्चों को, एजुकेशन को जब पूरी दुनिया में इतनी तेज़ी से इवॉल्व हो रही है, मुझे लगता है कि इस तरह के इवेंट्स की बहुत ज़्यादा आवश्यकता है और इस तरह की ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के माध्यम से हम बच्चों को पूरे देश दुनिया में किस तरह से एजुकेशन इवॉल्व हो रही है, उन सारी चीज़ों के बारे में भी जानकारी दे सकते हैं। एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम्स के माध्यम से हम बच्चों को आज इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के माध्यम से और बेहतर साउंड बना सकते हैं। अलग अलग कंट्रीज़ में किस तरह से जो एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम्स हमारे चलाए जाते हैं, जिन कंट्रीज़ में बेहतर प्रयास किए जा रहे हैं, उन सारी चीज़ों को एक नेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म पे लेकर के आने का काम भी हमारी ये संस्था कर रही है। मुझे आज के इस प्रोग्राम में इनवाइट किया गया, मेरे लिए बहुत सौभाग्य का विषय है कि आज इतने बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म पे, जहाँ पे देश भर से अलग अलग जगहों से लोगों ने पार्टिसिपेट किया है और ख़ास तौर पे अराइज एक्सीलेंस अवार्ड के लिए जिन भी लोगों को नॉमिनेट किया गया है, मैं उनको भी अपने दिल से शुभकामनाएं देना चाहता हूं, बधाई देना चाहता हूं। मुझे लगता है कि एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म बनाया है और एक कंपटीशन तैयार कर दिया है कि जहां पे हमें कुछ बेहतर करने की, कुछ नया करने की, हमारे अंदर एक नई इच्छा को जागरूक करने का काम इस अराइज की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने किया है। मैं इसके लिए भी इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को हृदय से बधाई देता हूं और ये बताते हुए भी खुशी है कि खाली इसमें प्राइवेट स्कूल्स को ही हम सब लोगों ने नहीं किया। अपने अपने क्षेत्र में जो भी मानक सेट किए गए हैं, जो भी मानक बनाए गए हैं, सभी गवर्नमेंट और प्राइवेट दोनों स्कूल्स को इस अराइज एक्सीलेंस अवार्ड के लिए नॉमिनेट करने के लिए एक अवसर दिया जाता है। और ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई भी अगर बेहतर करेगा तो उसको यहाँ पर इस मंच पे आकर के सम्मानित होने का अवसर मिलेगा। ये एक बहुत अच्छा अभिनव प्रयास किया गया है और सबको समानता का जो एक भाव यहाँ पे दिखाया है कि गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स भी, जिसको एक समय पे कहा जाता था कि प्राइवेट स्कूल से compete नहीं कर पाते और बहुत पीछे रह जाते हैं, ये केवल एक मिथ रह गया है आज के समय में। आज गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स भी बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं। एजुकेशन के बहुत से ऐसे रिफॉर्म्स हैं जो हमारे गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स के टीचर, जो कि आज वेल क्वालिफाइड हैं, वेल इक्विप्ड हैं आज के समय से, आज की टेक्नोलॉजी से, उनके प्रयासों को भी हम आज यहाँ तक ले करके आ पा रहे हैं। ये हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धता है। हमारा उत्तर प्रदेश की अगर मैं बात करूं तो हमारा फोकस उत्तर प्रदेश में तो जब से हमारी गवर्नमेंट आई, योगी जी की जब से गवर्नमेंट बनी, सबसे पहला चैलेंज तो हमारे पास में स्कूल की इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को ही बदलना, उसको बेहतर बनाना था। क्योंकि 2017 से पहले स्कूल्स का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, हालांकि वो इतना मायने नहीं रखता, स्कूल की एजुकेशन किस तरीके से है, बच्चों को किस तरह से पढ़ाया जा रहा है, वो ज़्यादा मायने रखता है। लेकिन बेसिक नेसेसिटीज़ भी अगर पूरी नहीं होंगी तो बच्चे स्कूल नहीं आएंगे। हम उन बेसिक नेसेसिटीज़ पे हम सब लोगों ने काम किया 2017 से, और ऑपरेशन कायाकल्प को हम सब लोगों ने 2017 में स्टार्ट किया। और मुझे बताते हुए खुशी है कि 19 डिफरेंट पैरामीटर्स पे हम सब लोगों ने काम किया, और आज उन 19 डिफरेंट पैरामीटर्स को ऑलमोस्ट 96-97% हम अपने उत्तर प्रदेश के 1,33,000 स्कूल, 1,33,000 स्कूल्स हमारे पास उत्तर प्रदेश में गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स हैं, इन सभी स्कूल्स में आज पूरा कर चुके हैं, जिसके अंदर बच्चों को ड्रिंकिंग वाटर, टॉयलेट फैसिलिटीज़, क्लासरूम्स में ऑल बेसिक एमिनिटीज़, टाइल्स हो, क्लासरूम में ब्लैक बोर्ड हो, ये सारी चीज़ें स्कूल्स में नहीं थी, आज इन सारी चीज़ों को पूरा किया गया है। और जिसकी वजह से हमारे पास में जो स्टूडेंट्स का एनरोलमेंट था वो बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा है। आज उत्तर प्रदेश में मुझे बताते हुए खुशी है, ऑलमोस्ट 1.5 करोड़ स्टूडेंट्स आर देयर इन गवर्नमेंट स्कूल, जिनको हम आज डिजिटल एजुकेशन के माध्यम से हर एक प्लेटफॉर्म जो बच्चे को एजुकेशन का देना चाहिए, हर एक सुविधा जो बच्चे को एजुकेशन के लिए मिलनी चाहिए, बेहतर करिकुलम, हर एक चीज़ उपलब्ध करा रहे हैं। हमारा फोकस अब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से चेंज होकर के लर्निंग आउटकम्स के ऊपर आ गया है। लर्निंग आउटकम बच्चों के बेहतर होने चाहिए। जब लर्निंग आउटकम्स के ऊपर हम सब लोग फोकस करेंगे तभी आप किसी देश का, किसी प्रदेश का एजुकेशन सिस्टम में जो भी आप रिफॉर्म्स लेकर के आना चाहते हैं, उन रिफॉर्म्स को लेकर के आने में तभी आप सफल होंगे। आज का हमारा जो प्रोग्राम है उसकी थीम द न्यू बैलेंस ट्रेडिशन एंड टेक्नोलॉजी एम्पावर्ड बाय एम्पैथी, ये अपने आप में बहुत कुछ कहती है। और मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि यही नया संतुलन, यही द न्यू बैलेंस एक सिनर्जी जो ट्रेडिशन और टेक्निक को मिल करके हमारी संस्कृति, संस्कार और संवेदनशीलता से युक्त हो, ऐसे भविष्य का निर्माण हम सब लोगों को करना है। आज के इस प्रोग्राम में आज मुझे आप सब लोगों के बीच में आने का अवसर मिला। आई वंस अगेन thank the organizers of Arise and FICCI for the opportunity, and I wish this conference a great success. Once again, thanks a lot for inviting me for this event. मैं अपनी बात को यहीं पे समाप्त करता हूं और आशा करता हूं कि मैंने बहुत अधिक समय नहीं लिया होगा आप सब लोगों का, और जो भी हम सब लोगों ने विषय रखे वो आप सब लोगों के कुछ काम में आए। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम करता हूँ। जय हिंद, जय भारत, धन्यवाद।
माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी का हम तहे दिल से हार्दिक धन्यवाद करते हैं उनके प्रेरणात्मक संदेश के लिए। लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, वी थैंक द ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर सर फॉर हिज एनलाइटनिंग कीनोट एड्रेस, for sharing his vision of strengthening basic education and empowering the young learners, providing both guidance and inspiration as we work collectively towards a stronger and more inclusive education ecosystem. एक बार फिर माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी का हार्दिक धन्यवाद। And ladies and gentlemen, we now come to a very important segment of today's proceedings, the release of the knowledge reports and the compendium that will serve as the guiding resources for schools and educators across the country. These reports capture not only the policy and regulatory frameworks shaping the education today, but also real stories of transformation from classrooms and communities. The first report that is being released today is Privacy First, a School's Guide to the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, which provides schools with practical insights on how to safeguard student data and ensure compliance with India's new digital policy frameworks. I would also like to invite on stage for the release Shri Prateek Singh ji, founder IndieSec, Shri Anup Bhasin, co-founder and CEO IndieSec, and Dr. Aruna Sharma, former Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and IT, and advisor IndieSec. As I request our distinguished dignitaries, our honorable chief guest, our honorable ministers to do the honors of kindly releasing this report. And a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, on the release of this very important report, Privacy First, a School's Guide to the Digital Personal Data Protection Act. We thank you, sir. And the second report is School Safety and Child Protection Manual and Checklist version 2.0, which offers a robust framework for schools to prioritize safety, implement best practices, and ensure the well-being of every child. I would also like to invite on stage for this Ms. Sama Bhatta, who is the State Chair for Arise and Trustee and Legal Advisor, Bloom Public School. This is the School Safety and Child Protection Manual and Checklist version 3.0 being released today. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. And alongside these two reports, we are proud to release the Arise Excellence Awards Compendium, Driving Impact Beyond the Classroom. This inspiring collection showcases transformative tales from schools that have gone beyond academics to create a lasting social and community impact. I would request our dignitaries to kindly release the Arise Excellence Awards Compendium, Driving Impact Beyond the Classrooms, a compendium of transformative tales. Let's put our hands together, ladies and gentlemen, and thank our dignitaries for unveiling these important resources. These reports are not just documents. They are roadmaps to help schools uphold the higher standards of privacy, safety, and holistic impact. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and privilege to have with us today the Honorable presence of Shri Ashish Sood ji, Honorable Minister of Education, Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi. As the Honorable Minister of Education, Shri Sood ji has been leading initiatives to strengthen the capital school system, focusing on quality learning, teacher empowerment, and infrastructure development. His efforts underscore the importance of making education both inclusive and future-ready, ensuring that every child has access to opportunities that nurture excellence. And let's put our hands together to welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Minister, sir, for the inaugural address.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me in a conference where the new balanced tradition technology empowered by empathy is being deliberated. I welcome Shri Sandeep Singh ji, young dynamic basic education minister of Government of Uttar Pradesh, who has just articulated our party's view and his government's initiative being implemented in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Shri Vinesh Menon ji, Director General and CEO, IRISE. Shri Praveen Raju ji, President, IRISE and founder, Suchitra Academy. Dr. Hon'ble Singh ji, Senior Vice President, IRISE and co-founder, Healthy Planet. Shri Prabhat Jain ji, immediate past President, IRISE. My dear friend Rahul Agrawal, co-founder, IRISE. And many distinguished guests, to name a few, Lord Jim Knight, Mr. Kaluta, former President of Delhi University Students' Union and a senior political activist, Ms. Nupur Sharma, and many other. And Shri Manab Majumdar ji, Senior Advisor FICCI, who articulated FICCI's viewpoint here. And there are many other distinguished people around in this auditorium. While I was coming to this conference, I was thinking I have taken a big risk. It is the double-edged sword. Coming to the conference of the so-called big schools, the private schools, which was painted as the villains, the monsters by the previous dispensation in the last 10 years. Why I call it a double-edged sword is, they will be condemning me to conniving with the private schools, and private schools are after my life because my government has brought a Fee Regulation Act. So it is a double-edged sword. We had just introduced Delhi School Education Fixation in Transparency in Fixation in Fee Act 2025. Rules are being notified very soon. But we are not apologetic about any of these things. We in Delhi government believe, the private schools in Delhi have an important role in the education landscape of this city. We have around 1,070 government schools giving education to around 18 lakh students. Similarly, we have around 1,700 private schools in Delhi giving education to around similar number of students, that is 18 lakh students. So, those 18 lakh students whom you are catering, the aspirational middle class who was ditched by the previous dispensation in 27 years, because you all know, there was times when you used to have IITians from these government schools all over the country. You used to have generals who have passed out from the government schools. Those governments failed the aspirational middle class. They came to your schools. And it is our responsibility to take care of the mental, physical, financial well-being of those students also who are studying in these private schools. So we are not at all apologetic about it, even though I, on the lighter side, call it a double-edged sword. Having said that, I feel it is both an honor and a privilege to join you today at the Arise School Education Conference 2025 on the theme of the new balanced tradition and technology empowered by empathy. I extend my warm congratulations to Arise, FICCI, for convening this dialogue at such a scale and at such a crucial juncture when education is being redefined across the world. I want to begin this with a personal note. The very next day, I took an oath as the Minister of Education. Two people came to meet me. One was Rahul Agrawal ji, and another was Shri Vinesh Menon ji. They did not come to exchange pleasantries. After they left my room, I understood that they had come here with a purpose. They spoke to me about the scenario of school education in the city, in the country, how various states are introducing regulations, what are the challenges with the private schools vis-a-vis the administration of the city. They talked to me about the modes and modalities to protect parents, to bring accountability, to ensure fairness in the system. And I must admit, after talking to them, my resolve became more firm. And the resolve was, we will work hard to challenge these private schools by changing the atmosphere in the schools and developing good infrastructure, for which, in the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi ji, my Chief Minister, Srimati Rekha Gupta, and the government is working. Because they talked about what facilities are given in these schools and how can we change. They even offered their services to reform, to transform our schools. And I am thankful for all the support they offered. I must admit, education is not a commodity to be bought and sold. As Atalji reminded us, it is a sacred duty. And Dr. Shama Prasad Mukherjee, the founder of my party, called schools as organs of national reconstruction. But let me be honest, in the past, this sacred duty was neglected. For decades, Delhi's parents, even against their will, had to send children to private schools. Delhi is a type of mini India. Our school brings together children from every corner of country. That gives us a special responsibility to be a laboratory of reform, to set standards that inspire confidence across India. Our commitment as a government is clear. Strengthen the foundational literacy and numeracy so that no child is left behind. We are in the national capital. Launch 100 Dr. Kalam AI language labs this year, empowering students to learn English, French, German, and other Indian languages with confidence. And deploy AI-powered dashboards to track attendance, monitor outcomes, and prevent dropouts in the real time. I am particularly delighted that my friend Sandeep Singh ji is here with us today. I want to place on record my appreciation for the way the Uttar Pradesh is using Vidya Samiksha Kendras, the VSKs, to transform education landscape in the city, in the state, with such a vast and diverse population. Sandeep ji was talking about he is catering around more than 1,18,000 schools. And we in Delhi have only 1,000 schools, the government schools. And the whole tom-tomming was Uttar Pradesh is behind and we are. The last 10 years have passed like this. No one thought of real change in the education pattern. When I talk about the VSK in Uttar Pradesh, even my own team with Delhi had visited their VSK and learned from their model. It is a reminder that when states share experience, we all grow stronger together. The challenges of the scale in Uttar Pradesh are immense, but the innovations being carried out there are truly commendable. I congratulate Sandeep ji, the hard work you and the government of Uttar Pradesh is doing. But let me say, technology is a tool, not a master. AI can analyze, but it cannot inspire. It can personalize lessons, but it cannot replace a teacher who believes in a child. Technology must empower teachers, not threaten them. I want to place on record my respect for the contribution of the private schools also. For decades, they carried forward the innovation and gave parents the option when public education faltered. But the future cannot be public versus private. It must be about public and private together. The CM Shri schools, which we are building in Delhi, are designed with such a quality that, as I often say, maybe our children did not study in government schools, but our grandchildren will aspire to study in them. That is the transformation we are determined to deliver. Education worldwide is at a turning point. Knowledge is abundant. Skill change faster than syllabus. Classrooms are no longer bounded by walls. That is why NEP 2020 is so critical. It is future-facing, flexible, yet deeply Indian in its values. Our Prime Minister, respected Narendra Modi ji, has rightly said at G20, and I quote him, "Education is not only the foundation of our civilization, but also the architect of humanity's future." India's vision is clear: AI for all. Not to create divide, but to democratize opportunity. Platforms like Swayam and Diksha, already empowering millions, are India's contribution to global South. But while the national vision sets the destination, it is the states that build the road. Education is on the concurrent list for a reason. Real reform happens in the classrooms, not in the files. As I look at today's session, understanding the teen brain, empathy, intelligence, balancing natural and artificial intelligence, I am reminded of one truth: empathy is our anchor. We can create brilliant coders and engineers. But if we fail to nurture character, resilience, and compassion, we would have failed our children. Our task is immense, but inspiring. We are not merely administrators of schools. We are architects of India's future. The balance, as this conference is deliberating, we seek between traditions and technology, efficiency and empathy, innovation and value must be visible every day. It must be visible every day in the lessons a teacher delivers, in trust a parent feels, in the confidence a child carries. As we move towards the Viksit Bharat 2047, let us commit to an education system that is modern yet human, competitive yet compassionate, global yet deeply Indian. To every parent, teacher and student, education is the bridge to break the poverty cycle, the key to social equity, and the foundation of a developed India. Delhi stands ready, open, accountable, and innovative to serve as a model for the nation. And I invite all of you, the policymakers, the innovators, educators, industry leaders, to join us. Let AI not be artificial intelligence, but amplified inclusion. And we in Delhi government aims to create ambassadors from our schools who represent us, who represent the national capital in the forthcoming AI Summit 2026, which is going to happen in this country, in Delhi. Let schools not be the business, but the temples of national reconstruction. Let our children not just learn what to think, but truly learn how to think. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Delhi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed, Honorable Minister, sir, for your insightful inaugural address. Your vision and commitment to strengthening education in Delhi and beyond sets an inspiring tone for this conference and reinforces the role of education at the true foundation of our nation's progress. And ladies and gentlemen, as we draw the proceedings of the inaugural session to a close, it is my privilege to invite Dr. Hon'ble Singh, Senior Vice President of ARISE, co-founder of Healthy Planet, and Director of the Nehru World School, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. I would try to be as brief as I can be, for I realize I'm the last. So there is nothing more that I have to speak. I have a long speech. And it has come from the same secretariat that has put this entire event together. So between Praveen and my speech, if we just change welcome and thank you, then it's pretty much the same thing. So I will not refer to it, and you can thank me for that later. It has been a delightful morning, and I thank Ashish Sood ji, Sandeep Singh ji, Prateek ji. Of all of us, the roles that the three of you do, and Ashish ji also alluded to it in his speech, that never will anything that you do make everybody happy. So you are needing to walk a very tightrope challenge. And it's a very complicated challenge. If it was easy to solve, it would have been solved already. For context, the number of children in schools in India are roughly equal to the entire population of Australia, Canada, France, Germany, and Spain put together. So that's the scale of the challenge or the opportunity that India is attempting to solve. We are almost 1/5 of the world's population. And referring to Mr. Ashish Sood, when he talked about schools being the engine of civilization, we must understand that, yes, it's a huge opportunity, but God forbid, if we were not focused on it, imagine the scale of challenge that is in front of us. We have Lord Jim Knight from the UK Parliament, but more importantly, he's also the chair for COBIS, which is the Council of British International Schools around the world. And their organization has assisted us in getting exposed to even better education systems. We also got Richard Colata here. He's the ex-head of education innovation in all of America under the Obama administration. And he's also the CEO of ISTE and ASCD, America's largest organization working for education and for educators. My thank you would not be complete without mentioning Mr. Hon'ble Majumdar from FICCI. The first time I remember getting into the FICCI hall as a guest of ARISE. ARISE was a 10-people organization, and my teacher, Ms. Rita Kapoor, I don't know if she's here right now, she had told me, go there, you will benefit from this organization, and she couldn't have been more right. That example I give specifically to remind students in this room, listen to your teachers, it helps. Rise members, fellows, special invitees, and schools. And I say schools separately because I actually mean the teachers. I've said this before and I will repeat. The school leaves that building in the afternoon and comes back in the morning. At night, it is only a building. So for people who make schools, thank you very much for everything that you do. I'm really happy to be a representative of Arise. And Arise to me is not an association. It is not an industry body. It's a community. It's a community in which everybody opens their hearts, opens their schools, and allows everybody else to learn from them. Sir, this is the only body in this country that can open doors of exceptional schools across the country on the same day and say, we are happy to share things that are working for us. So a special thanks to all Arise schools across the country who over the last week have opened their doors and allowed other schools to learn from their experiences. I promised I will not use my speech, so I haven't. Trust me, I should have been here 15 more minutes because I'm very sure I've left a lot of people who should have been thanked, but you get my drift. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for making this what it truly is.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for kindly proposing